So I guess we started in ages ago. I mean, okay, let's just start again.
That's the process generally. After that, I mean, that was it pretty much.
Maybe
there's a mixing. Ali mixed it.
You know
afterwards.
what's interesting is like what the difference is between this record and the one before it. Even though they're similar processes, it's come out slightly different. Like I think it was an interesting thing because I think this record sounds more worked on.
Produced,
yeah, it does sound more like hyped in some way. It's kind of more. It is more produced, isn't it? I think. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, it sounds like that.
And it makes We Were Here sound quite like straight ahead and kind of almost rudimentary. It's like
it does
it's
make
really,
it sound more rudimentary.
Well, we wanted to get a slightly different drum sound, right? So we couldn't get all the mics onto the tape machine, so we were going on Pro Tools quicker.
That's true. Yeah, we went to Pro Tools quicker
because we did want to have a bit more choice on the drums to make
we
slightly
did
different sounds. But I think we were like 2 inputs short of getting it on the tape, which then kind of opens up. Well, we're on Pro Tools.
We're on Pro Tools,
So we can add more layers.
It's based on tape, but it's
Yeah.
there's an extra few tracks.
Yeah, so
there
there's
now.
extra layers on this. There's extra little bits and pieces that we worked on, perhaps a bit more. Some of the overdubs and some of the textures and stuff, which is a lot of your new tech on your guitar. I would call it tech. A lot of sort of great old pedals and stuff. But you know, it's still kind of, you know, it's not just an acoustic guitar, which is what some people probably still think.
I was a last watch underneath the serpentine.
And Ali's very keen on kind of layering subtle layers that do
enhancements,
unconscious things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that essentially was a process. It moves on to Ali mixing, largely by himself to begin with, down at Real World at his studio there, and then we went down and joined him towards the end of the process. Ali's great. He's a great mixer, and you know, we didn't really need to go far in tweaking stuff.
We probably are a bit more extreme, I suppose, because we're just musicians, whereas Ali sort of does a few other things really. But the two worlds work really well, because like sometimes we'll force Ali to like turn something up much louder than he normally would, and I think Ali actually enjoyed that.
Overall, it's quite a seamless process.
All in all,
really.
It pretty much worked how we'd expected this time. You know,
did we all still like Rockfield this time, do you reckon?
I think so. I mean, I love it as a place to go and stay and
I'm saying this because
play.
there's some great Super 8 footage of Rockfield which they could just lay
Well, I'm
over.
I'm sure someone's been editing bits and bobs in as we've been talking. I hope so. Anyway, otherwise,
Yeah, have they?
it's going to be really
No,
boring.
I felt it. I felt something happening. And maybe
I
that
think
was.
I felt
saw
the
a
spirit of
horse.
Rockfield.
I mean, I'm hoping they cut a whole load of all that out, because I mean, it's kind of for us. It's this album number 7. Like the first album, you know what you kind of get this mission. You know what you're going to do. The second album, you kind of get a mission. Even your third album, you kind of got a mission, and then you kind of get your full. You know, you carry on making albums.
And you've got to start inventing a mission.
You got to start
from
inventing
scratch.
a mission. And that
Yeah.
was the thing. Like the last We Were Here was let's go back to the old ways and do it on tape. And this album, I've totally struggled with. Well, what do you do on your 7th album? If you've kind of done all those things that you were trying to make a point of doing, what do you do?
Yeah,
to
where
just
do you
make
start?
music? I guess you just make whatever you're going to make.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. I don't know.
I think that was a big
I
thing
don't know
for
what the
all of
concept
us,
is, or
actually.
where it is, or what it is.
You
or
just
if
have to
it's-
sort of come back to, well, I'm an artist, I suppose, and that's so I'm just gonna make my stuff.